Hello, everyone. Welcome to Nails and Beauty Talk. I am your host, Asia the Bird. So I have a very special guest with me today. She is an influencer, YouTuber, designer, and illustrator. Please welcome Iyana LeShea. Hello, Iyana. Welcome to the show.
Hi, I'm so excited.
I know, like it's so exciting. I wanted to interview you because I've been, seeing your work, and your work is really great.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
so I want to get into the beginning. So, where are you originally from, and how did you get into the realm of art and beauty?
So I'm originally I was born in Macon, Georgia, and then I moved up to Atlanta when I was like 4. So I guess you could say Atlanta-ish area. I started getting into art at a very, very young age. The youngest I can remember would probably be like 3 or 4 years old.
Mm,
And then as I grew, my love for art just started to flourish. And I was just like, this is like something I need to do in life. Like this is my life calling.
hmm Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I want to also get into attending art college. So you've attended the Art Institute of Atlanta. Do you have any advice in pertaining to people who want to get into art and who want to attend art school?
So one thing I want to say is when you do decide to go to art school, make sure you know exactly what you want to do. Because before I went into, a lot of people don't know this, but before I went into college, at first I thought I wanted to be like a fashion designer. I sewn like once or twice in my life and it wasn't the best, but I've always did like drawings and like painting. So I'm like,
Right.
when I went to Art Institute, I found out they had illustration. So I was like, maybe I need to get into that. And that was like the main thing that I was like into, was like making my own pieces to put on. And then illustration is like, it goes into so much things. Like it can be an
Yeah.
illustration for illustration for a throw pillow, illustration for a tote bag. It's like it's so wide, but it's so, I don't know, I can't even explain it. Like it's like a
Yeah.
good feeling when you find out what you want to do in life. So one thing I would say, when you decide to go to art school, know what your calling is, because you will like, I can't even explain it. Like once you know what your calling is, it doesn't even feel like work. Basically it feels like this is what you need to do in life.
Yeah.
Hopefully it made sense. Yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's the same with me. Like I've always gotten to art when I was young and everything like that. And I started getting into nails around like 13. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, I want to get into nail art because my dad was asking me, like, hey, what do you want to do with your life? What do you want to
Mhm.
do as a career? And this is the time I was 13. And I was like, I want to do nails. And he's like, you want to do nails? If this is something you want to do, be the best at it. So
Mhm.
that stoked me ever since then. And I went to art school. I went to Savannah College of Art and Design. That's
Oh,
in
wow.
Savannah, Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
I majored in illustration and minored in fibers. So fibers
Mhm.
entails like yarn work, crocheting, felting,
Mhm.
stuff like that. So anything with yarn and natural fine dyes and stuff like that. So I do believe that when you find your calling, like how you said before, you go for it, you shoot for the stars and things like that. So, but yeah, and I'm also a licensed cosmetologist. So
Ooh.
that's pretty cool. But I like sticking with the nail side of things more than the hair, because when you look at cosmetology, it's based on like hair mostly,
Mhm.
not necessarily the nail aspect of it. So that's
Yeah.
a lot of focus is nails. So in terms of your art style, how could you describe your art style?
My art style has like transformed so much. I remember when I was in high school, I used to do a lot of traditional work in high school, and it used to
Mm,
be more like realistic, like almost like
right.
I got the word for it, but it used to be more realistic. So now when I got into college, it was kind of like weird, because I was trying to go like, do I want to be more simplistic, or do I want to be more detailed? Because I love my detailed work. That's
Yeah.
why when I did like more traditional work, it's so detailed. I don't know what it is. I love details. So I was like, do I want to be detailed? Do I want to be simplistic?
Right.
And now I feel like I found like a happy median, like for my style now. Like it's not as
Mm,
detailed, but it's not as simple. So it's like in the middle, in between almost. So I can still get the best of both worlds now.
right. Right.
Mhm.
Exactly. Because your work is very like vintage based to a certain
Mhm.
degree. It's like 70s. That's what
Yeah.
it reminds me of. Now, was there any artists that you were very much inspired by? Any Black artists or any artists around the world?
So in general, when I was inspired by just my art in general, I don't think any particular artist has inspired my style. Well, no, I lie. Um, I know when I was in art history, when I was in art history in college, we talked about, I might be saying people's names wrong. I'm so sorry. I'm not good at pronouncing stuff. But I know Alphonse Mucha, his style inspires my art a lot. Like how he had his style is very detailed too with his art. And he'll have like the thick outline of the woman, and then the inside will be like thin. So yeah, I get that. I use that method a lot. And then I forget his name so bad. It's the guy that did the painting of President Barack Obama, and I love his style too. It's just, I don't know. I think he's more a traditional artist as well, but his style is just so detailed, and it's just like you can't stop looking at it. There's so much stuff going on. I love artwork that has like a lot of detail because it makes your eyes just like, oh, I gotta look at this, I gotta look at that. So those are two main artists that really inspire me a lot.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, that's same with me. Like I was inspired by different artists around the world. I like graffiti, colorful art, and things like that. There's an artist that I follow now. I don't know where he's from, but he does very cool African style art. He uses a lot of like complementary colors, like blues and oranges. And his name is Paul Lewin. And he does very cool, artwork of, Black women and, like very abstract style, but I like it. It's so cool. Another artist that I like, that I've always been inspired by is Kirby Rosanes. He's from the Philippines. And he does a lot of artwork where, it's a lot of detail, a lot of stuff going on. One big object in the middle and a lot of other things surrounding it and stuff like that. So my art style is like more abstract. I do like characters and things of that nature. So that's pretty much my art style and everything. So in terms of you having your own art business, so you have your own business called Iyana LeShea Illustrations, where you sell tote bags, notebooks, t-shirts. What are some pieces of advice would you give like for someone who wants to start their own art business?
Okay, so one thing, I do get this question a lot. So one thing I want to say is always do your research beforehand. The way I figured out how to actually start, because I never knew about Shopify. I personally use Shopify, so I never knew about that and how I would go about like, actually getting the finished product and sending it to somebody. So always do your research when you're about to start a business, because it's a lot. Like I'm still learning myself. But another tip I can give is also know what you want to sell and have confidence in what you want to sell. Because if you don't have confidence in what you want to sell, nobody's not going to be like, I don't know about that. But yeah, always have confidence in what you want to sell. That being, like I said, you can put artwork on anything. So if you want to sell t-shirts, choose t-shirts if you want to sell t-shirts, see how it goes. I started out just with t-shirts and I expanded. So just to see how the realm goes. But yeah, like definitely do your research, have confidence in what you want to sell, figure out what you want to sell, and things of that nature. Like it's just so much in this world. It's just a lot when it comes to business.
Most definitely. Now, what are some sites that you could recommend in terms of, say, for instance, they want to do their own t-shirts? Like, what are some like the best t-shirt business sites that you've used to have a successful t-shirt line?
So I have to say, the best t-shirt printing place that I've personally found was Printful. They have some nice t-shirts, and I like that they print their pieces DTG, so it's not screen printing. I like DTG printing because it feels more like embedded in the shirt instead of it feeling like it's just sitting on top of the shirt, if that makes sense. So I really love Printful's t-shirt printing, and they have a really good quality too. So that's one thing about like when I get new items to put on my site, I want to make sure like the items are good quality, because if it's not good quality to me, it's not going to be good quality to somebody else. So Printful's quality A1, their printing is A1. I have t-shirts that I ordered like 2 years ago and I've washed them so many times and the printing is still on the shirt. So I really love Printful, highly recommend.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I may actually check into that because, I was thinking about doing like a t-shirt line down the line. And, I think that's very important. You want to have high quality things, like especially high quality t-shirts. You don't want the design fading. You don't want the design falling apart or the t-shirt apart, because that's where, your clients or people will kind of question like, I like design, but it's just not the best quality. So you want to have the best quality in things that you produce. And so within the climate that we're in now, and especially there's a lot of Black owned businesses, coming up. And I want you to give your perspective on this question. So how important is it to support Black owned businesses?
Very important. It is so important to me because like, I don't know, like when I was younger, and then it just stems off to like where I am now. Like when I was younger, you never see like a lot of like, well, based off what I'm selling, you never see like a lot of graphic t-shirt that have like Black women on there and like positive Black things on there. So it's just like, if a Black person can create their own business to put that in the atmosphere and feel that space, we should support it. We should support, like uplift each other, because a lot of stuff is not in this space. So if there's space available for you, put yourself out there. Put yourself out there, get it done. Especially if it's something that's has not been done. Like it's very unique, and then it just draws people in if it's different. So
exactly.
Very important. Very.
Yeah, I believe so too, and I like how us as Black people are supporting each other, especially within our businesses, whatever of which avenue that we go to. And I believe that with any industry, and also in almost every industry, I think Black representation is important.
Yes.
For instance, like the fashion industry, you have Kirby Jean Raymond and many other Black designers that is thriving well in the fashion industry. And I definitely believe that when we have the representation of us, like not only being the models for designers, but having our own fashion line.
Yeah.
And hey, this is our style, this is what we represent. I think that makes, huge strides in our community, most definitely. Now, I
Yes.
want to get into Black women representation really quickly. And you're a Black woman with albinism. So how important is to have that representation, not only with shades of brown tones, but women with different types of skin tones, like, a woman with vitiligo or a woman with albinism? Like, how important is that?
I'm gonna keep saying it's so important to me because like I said, when I was younger, you don't see like a lot of stuff. Like it's almost like we're like in the background, we're forgotten, like, oh, I never seen that, so it doesn't exist. Basically, a lot of stuff exists, and even though you never seen it. So I know that's the one thing when I started my art, I said, I want to make sure I have my art, include me in there, include me in my Black art, include me in my Black art, because I'm part of the Black community. So it's just like, we're always forgotten. And then I know people with vitiligo as well, because I know I had a few people reach out to me and be like, hey, can you include people with vitiligo, people with dreads, stuff like that. And it's like, it's not seen as the norm. So it wouldn't be in the artwork almost, which is weird. But yeah, that's the one thing I said when I have my business is like, I want to include people that are not the norm, that's different. So you don't see them every day, basically. So I feel like that's extremely important to have that represented and just like in my brand in general, because I want to be included. We want to be included. We don't want to be left out.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that's very important, especially what you're doing is you're including everybody from different tones, and and you understand that people are different and everyone is beautiful in every shape and size. And that's what I like about, for example, with like Rihanna with her Fenty line, because she includes everybody, not people of her size or her skin color, but any skin tone, any imperfections, it's letting you know like you're beautiful as you are, despite those imperfections. And so I think what you're doing is absolutely great, is representing Black women in a general and universal scale. So I want to get into YouTube. So how did you start getting into YouTube?
It's so funny. So I really wanted to do YouTube when I was 16, but at the time I didn't have like a lot of confidence at the time. So I was kind of like, no. But so that just went out my brain. But then like when I got into college, it came back, and I'm like, I want to try it this time. Like I can try and get a camera this time. I have my own little space, get some lights. My friends from high school, Mia and Maya, they have a YouTube channel. They started their YouTube channel, and that really pushed me because I'm like, well, if they went to the same school as me, I know I could do it too. So I went ahead, got my camera, my little $200 camera, one box light. And I filmed my first video. My first video was a get to know me video. I was so nervous in that video. I had no personality. I was like, yeah, this is, and I was just like, I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, that's how I got into YouTube. I really wanted to do it when I was 16, but I started back in 2018, I believe. And that was the first time I was just like, I just need to do this. I just need to fill this space. I just felt like I needed to fill this space for somebody that looked like me. That's what I felt at that time. And I still feel like that. I want to fill that space that like somebody that looks like me, basically, because I didn't see anybody on YouTube that looked like me.
Right.
So I was like, I need to be in that space for somebody.
Yeah, most definitely. That's like, I was a bit nervous when I started YouTube myself because I didn't start until 2019. Mm-hmm. So like, one of my first videos was like an illustration video. Then it was about my scat experience. And, you know, and over time, I just kind of got acclimated to have my own channel doing like illustrations and nail art design videos and things like that. So once you get acclimated to it, you know, you kind of get used to like, okay, I'm going to send content and put myself out there continuously. And so with YouTube, you also review like hair products. So what is like your favorite hair products that you've used?
Ooh, I didn't use so much. Right now, off the top of my head, I will have to say, dang, I have a lot of favorites. I have to choose just one. Dang. Well, I have to say, like right now, I'm working with my L. And I've been using a lot of their products and I really like the products. Like they're very, very moisturizing on my hair. I'm like, I must have been asleep for years because I know they've been out for years, but I was asleep. I literally just started using them like this year. And I'm like, wow, like my hair is so soft and moisturized. So I have to say my L Organics right now, since I'm using their products at the moment that comes to my head right now.
Oh, cool. Is there any like products like for natural hair women, like is there any products that you would recommend that will work for like moisturizing besides like that one product? Because I know you as of recently you've reviewed another moisturizing product called Thick.
Oh yes. Oh, okay, because I be having so much stuff. So Thick, they're like a smaller Black owned business. They're based in Canada, I believe. So she sent me the leave-in conditioner, and it's a leave-in / deep conditioner. I haven't used it as a deep conditioner yet, but it smells so good. It smells like lemongrass. I love the smell of lemongrass. And then I like that it's a cream leave-in conditioners, because cream leave-in conditioners work best on my hair personally. So I love that it was like a little thick and it was so nice. It was so moisturizing. I really liked it. And then I like the smell. It's just so fresh. I don't know. I really liked how it worked on my hair. So yeah, I recommend that. A lot of stuff that I do reviews on my YouTube channel, if I don't really like it, I'll just be like, it didn't work on my hair personally, but it might work for somebody else's because I know everybody's hair is different. But yeah, most of the time when I review stuff, I highly recommend trying it out on your hair too. Cause like, if it worked good on my hair, give it a try and see if it works good on your hair, you know, because everybody's hair is different.
Yeah, most definitely. Like I like that creamy consistency in products too. You know, for my hair,
yes,
you know, easily like moisturizing and it spreads through your scalp when you distribute.
Yeah.
And so like I don't like a lot of stuff like that's very greasy, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that's, you know, once you have, you know, something that deeply moisturizes your hair, especially your scalp, you know, your hair can grow. And especially also too, I think diet helps, you know, hair growth as well. You know, vegetables and fruits and, you know, drinking water and things like that.
Yeah.
I think that really helps with hair growth as well. So in terms of beauty, like what is your beauty regimen?
So I need to do better with my self-care. Actually, I try and like make sure if I do a self-care day, I'll make sure, well, my wash days are a separate day because it takes forever for my wash days. But if I do like a self-care day, you know, put my little Lush body what is it, the little thing that go in the tub, what is it called
Like
a bath bomb. I put my little bath bomb in the tub, like my Bath and Body Works candle, have my music playing, just soak in the tub. And then after that, I do some skincare, make sure my face is like nice and smooth, have a little mask, put a mask on, that's it, cleanse my face, moisturize it, spray my little rose water on my face. And it just be, I don't know, it just feels so refreshing after you done took care of yourself. So I need to do more self-care. Honestly, I need to do more self-care days, but that's mainly what I do for like my beauty and stuff. I don't really do too much makeup wise. I don't do too much with my makeup. I just do like my brows, you know, a little nice eyeshadow and some mascara. I used to wear lipstick a lot, but you know, we have to wear masks now, so I'm just like, no point now.
Yeah, there's no point.
I used to love different color lipsticks, but I can't really wear it like that now because it's a mask. But yeah, that's mainly what I do for like my beauty routines and like skincare and things like that.
Yeah, most definitely. Like for me, also, I like the Lush bath bombs too. You know,
Yes.
they have like such a whole variety of bath
Yeah.
bombs and moisturizers and stuff like that. You just like in a candy store,
Yeah.
like the whole store and everything. You know what I mean? So yeah, like especially with me, I like to use those bath bombs and stuff like that too. And plus, I don't use a lot of makeup either. Like I'm mainly like a lipstick, lip liner type of person, and that's it. but
Yeah.
but I definitely wanted to ask, like, what is like your fashion style?
Ooh. I feel like I found my style solidly, I want to say for like the past 2 years. I used to never, I couldn't dress. I couldn't dress when I was younger. I just got what was there. But I feel like now, what inspires my style now is like heavily the 90s. I don't know what it is, like the 90s era. They were just so chill, so relaxed, so just like free. Like I love that style for some reason. And I just feel like it just fits me as a person as well. Like baggy clothes, just loose, free form, just, and then it's like, I don't know, the 90s, it was almost like you could choose what you want to choose. It was no like right way to do what you want to do. So I feel like that's the style that really, really like inspires me now, is like the 90s era. I can dress up a little bit, but the 90s, I always gotta be comfortable. They comfortable in the 90s. So 90s definitely inspire my style.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. Like for me, it's like a mixture, 90s, 80s, early 2000s. That's what that's
Mm,
what inspires me in my style
yeah.
and everything. You know, I like how a lot of trends from those different eras have came back. And it's like
Yes.
revamped edition of like 80s style, 90s style, early 2000s.
Yes.
And you know, it has that futuristic vibe to it. You know, that's what I like about
Mm-hmm.
in the fashion industry now. Now, what are like
Mm.
your favorite like fashion brands, if you have any?
Mm. I'm gonna sound like everybody else, but so I usually do my shopping online now. I used to shop in store. I don't really shop like in person anymore, which is kind of like a bad thing because if I need to return something, I can't. Whatever. But but yeah, I feel like I shop a lot at. I really like Misguided clothes when I first shopped there online. Their quality is really really nice, so I really like Misguided. Shein is kind of like a hit or miss sometimes
Right.
with their quality. Boohoo, I like Boohoo as well.
Yeah.
Their quality isn't as, I won't say bad. Their quality is not as high as Misguided's quality, but their prices are, you know, reasonable for Boohoo. But I have to say, Misguided, their quality, I really, really like their quality of their clothing.
I never tried Misguided, but I was
Really?
into Boohoo. Like Boohoo
Mm,
has some good stuff. Shein, I kind of tried them to a degree. You know, of course, like how you
yeah,
said, the quality could be better. Same with Boohoo to a certain degree.
yeah,
So yeah, like Misguided, I never tried. I never tried like, you know, shopping down there and things of that nature. You know,
yeah.
I think Macy's also has some good stuff, even though it's a physical store.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You know,
true.
Macy's has some good stuff and some good sales. You know, you get
Yeah.
something on sale, you know, you might
Yes,
full price. So
yes.
that's the thing with that. Now, in terms of business, I want to get a little bit back into that because you also within your business you have an LLC. So how important is acquiring an LLC and as well as understanding copyright?
Yes. So I didn't know anything about like copyright and LLC. I had to learn that. But having an LLC is very important. If you do not register your business, that's a no-no. Because the IRS needs to get, you know, see what you're doing. But yeah, always get your LLC. It's very, very easy, it's very quick to get your LLC. Make sure you renew it. I think you renew it every 2 years if you have that plan, I think. But always get your LLC. It's very important to have your business registered. As far as like copyright, since I do like more art-based things, I will have to say copyright is not as necessary because I did look it up. It says something about if it's like a art piece, basically the day you start it or the day you finish it is basically copyrighted because it's not really, I can't really explain it, but you don't necessarily need a copyright for art. But I, being the safe person I am, I get it copyrighted just in case because you never know. But yeah, I always get all my art on my site is copyrighted. So if somebody's trying to be like, oh, I'm gonna copy this, or oh, I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna just change this right quick. If I see it, you're in trouble. So
Right.
always research, make sure you protect yourself, even though it's not necessary to have it copyrighted. Copyright your stuff, because it's very important, because you don't want anybody to come out of nowhere and be like, oh, I made this, I'm gonna go copyright it right quick. Even though you were the original person that designed it, if they go copyright it, it's theirs now, basically. So always copyright your stuff. I feel like it's necessary in some aspects of what you're trying to do.
Yeah, most definitely. It's better to be safe than sorry too.
Yes,
Um,
yes,
because especially, that's like with people in the nail industry, like some of us nailers like work hard on like a nail piece and know
yes.
the design, so I would say also too, maybe try to do a watermark and watermark your work so that way
Oh
people,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
it'll be hard for them to steal it and everything. And
Yes.
the whole thing is, and I've seen certain cases with illustrators, they'll put out their work and there'll
Mm-hmm.
be certain businesses that will take their work and put it on a shirt
Mm-hmm.
or put it on like a piece of merchandise that they have. And I think copyright is very, very important. And I like how you expressed also the LLC, because I think that's something
Yes.
that us as artists have to be understanding about in terms of that aspect too, just having that full ownership, true
Yes.
ownership of our business. So in terms of with the whole thing of success, how would you define success?
I would have to, me personally, I would have to define success as like you feeling happy where you are, doing what you love, and just feeling like complete. Like it's almost like a feeling of being complete, in my opinion. I don't feel like success has to deal with like money. You don't have to be the richest person in the world to be successful. As long as you feel complete in what your journey is on this earth. If you feel complete, you're being successful in what you need to do in your life path. That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most definitely. Like, it's not only, I think, not only feeling complete, but I think it's also looking back at what you've achieved and celebrating small things too. Because
Yes.
I think us as artists, we also get hard on ourselves, like, oh man, I didn't do this, I didn't do this,
Good.
I missed this
Yeah.
opportunity, whatever. And I think sometimes, you have to look at the present moment and say, okay, what opportunities can I acquire? How can I
Yes.
prepare myself more? And things like that. And how can I improve with the work that I do? So I think that's very important too. And my dad always taught me that preparation meets opportunity. So
Mm.
as long as you're
Yeah.
prepared, you're able to seize that opportunity. And
Mm.
and I think also too, I think another thing with life, I think, is learn to take breaks
Yes.
sometimes and
Yes.
not stress so much about the little things or how we messed up, or like I said before, like the little mistakes that we make. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that's very, very important too. Now, in terms of art mediums, like what is like your favorite medium to use when creating art?
So I need to get back to my traditional art. But like I said, like earlier, I used to do a lot of traditional art when I was like in college and in high school. So in high school, I used to do a lot of acrylic paintings. They used to be my favorite. I don't know. A lot of people don't like acrylic, but I really like acrylic. I used to do a lot of acrylic paintings, watercolor paintings. And then when I got into high school, I mean, not high school, when I got into college, we started doing I think it's called India or Indigo ink. It's just like a black ink, and that stuff is so hard to determine if it's like a light shade or is it dark, because it's just black. So
Right.
I really liked it though, because it was like a little challenge. But that was my first time ever even using that type of medium. But I have to say my favorite medium will have to be acrylic paint. Even though right now I do a lot of computer Photoshop based and I can't even talk, Adobe Illustrator type of things now. But back in the day, I would have to say acrylic painting was my favorite.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm like into digital and working with gouache and acrylic. I recently got one of the Posca acrylic paint markers. Those are really fun to do too. Like there's different colors of the acrylic paint markers you can get in a set. It's very expensive. They're high
Oh,
quality.
wow.
Yeah, so
Ooh.
you can work with those and you can draw with them, whether you got
Mm.
a sketchbook or like working on canvas. I think I like those pretty well too. So I work with acrylic and just different mediums, pen and ink.
Yes.
I think that's, I think those are really cool mediums in my personal opinion. Now, how do
Mhm.
you balance work and daily life?
Ooh, okay. So I always say this. Probably my people gonna be like, you always say that. Always have a planner. Always plan your days out so you don't feel like you're getting behind on like your work and everything. So I feel like nowadays I always have to like tell myself, you need to take a break, you need to like breathe, you need to go have some fun. Because I'm always like, I'm very hard on myself at sometimes. So I'll be like, I need to work, I need to work, I need to get this, I need to get this. But yeah, have a planner, have your days set out so you know what you need to get done. And also like throughout the week, have some time for yourself and just chill, watch TV. Have at least 2 days out of the week and just like chill, relax your mind, relax your eyeballs, and just like relax. So yeah, I highly recommend having a planner, have your days set out. Set aside your 2 days out of the week that you're just gonna sit and chill, watch TV. So definitely a planner.
Yeah, planner is good. Yeah, and that's something that I'm thinking about doing, is getting me a planner, or just figuring out how to structure my days properly to where I can be more productive. Because with me, I'm still working on time management, so that way I can be more productive and I feel good that I did something for the day that was productive. So
Yes.
that's the thing. Now, how did you develop confidence in yourself?
Ooh, they hit the core. Okay. So I feel like I did a YouTube video on this like years ago, but when I was like, I want to say when I was in high school, I think I was like my junior year in high school. That's when I started feeling myself becoming like more confident. It's so weird, but this is exactly what happened. Like one day I just went to school and I was just like, I don't care what anybody has to think or say. And I don't know, it just felt like a weight just lifted off of me. Like, because most of the time we're caring about what other people are saying about us, but most of the time it'd be strangers that you're never going to see ever again. So, or that doesn't know you personally. So it's just like when you get that off of your heart, it's just like you feel free, like free. But yeah, I feel like my confidence came when I was like, started to come in when I was like exiting high school, basically, because I was like a little insecure because like I said, I'm different. So a lot of people didn't understand what was going on. But yeah, definitely my confidence started coming when I was leaving high school. And I feel like along with confidence, your self-love is very important as well. Like if you don't love yourself, your confidence, I'm just saying your confidence is not going to come if you don't love yourself and who you are as a person. So if you first figure out who you are as a person, love who you are as a person, that confidence skyrocket. Nobody can tell you nothing. So yes.
Yeah, I most definitely agree. I think us as women, I think confidence within us, is especially us as Black women, is very important. And it's also, I think, being confident in what you do and what you're passionate about too. You know what I mean? And also like how we said about self-care and sometimes to take a break. And I think those things help maintain that confidence. And also like how you said, don't care what people think. You are unique as you are. And I think that's something that's most definitely something that us as Black women, or women in general, can really, abide by. And I think that's very important. When you stand out from the crowd, people can be drawn into you more because you stand out and you're very different. And that's the good thing. So, once you get confident in yourself and your abilities and who you are, because you stand out, then, how you said, you skyrocket.
Yes.
Up from here, so that's the coolest thing about that. Now, last but not least, where can people find you on social media?
Okay. So my Instagram is Iyana_LeShea. Same with TikTok. I just started TikTok, so make sure you go follow me on TikTok. But Iyana LeShea Iyana_LeShea on TikTok. YouTube, Iyana LeShea. And on Twitter, I'm on there sometimes when Instagram goes down. But on Twitter, same Iyana LeShea. So everything's Iyana LeShea.
Okay, awesome, great. Now, I want to thank you so much.
I forgot to add in my website. Sorry. My business website as well. My business Instagram is Iyana.LeShea_illustrations. And then my business website is www.IyanaLeSheaIllustrations.com. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Anna, for allowing me to interview you. Thank you so much for taking the time out. You're such a true inspiration to a lot of Black women around the world, especially women who have albinism. I think that representation, like how we said, that's very important. And, I love what you do. Your artwork is phenomenal. I like
Thank
the
you.
throwback vintage style that you have. And I like how your merch is very empowering. And, I love to support you and things like
Thank,
that. So, thank you so much for jumping onto the show.
thank you so much.
Thank you, and take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the bell for notifications. Also follow me on my social media platforms and visit my website, ASIATHABIRD.com, and be on the lookout for more interviews to come very soon. Take care and stay beautiful.